What's poppin' YouTube? JD here, back with yet another video, and in this video guys we are gonna be counting down the top 20 most anticipated sneakers of this year 2020. What up fam, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year to all of you guys, and if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Josh, most people call me JD, and if you enjoy honest sneaker content, sneaker reviews, how to style sneakers, resale predictions, all that good stuff, definitely hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you enjoyed this particular video. Without further ado guys, let's get into the list. So most of the sneakers on this list have no confirmed release date, they're just rumors, but pictures have surfaced online, the blogs are talking about it, people are excited, I'm excited. So I'm gonna go through basically the top 20 that I think are the most anticipated this year. They're not ranked in any way. The way I decided to go through them is I'm gonna go through all the Nikes first, then the Jordans, and finally ended off with the Yeezys. So with that out of the way, let's get into the list. We begin with Nike. The first sneaker I'm going to be talking about is the Nike SACAI Waffle Racer, which will be releasing in two colorways, a white pair and a black pair. However, the one thing that will be different about these two pairs are the materials. So the materials on these two pairs are going to be made out of nylon rather than the mesh on the original pairs. In my opinion, this is actually a really good move by Nike, because one of the biggest complaints, at least from me, about the Nike Waffle Racers that came out before was the materials, the mesh specifically. I did think that the mesh was a bit cheap feeling, and especially if you're someone who paid resale for these sneakers, I would have hated to paid resale for these sneakers, received it in hand, and just felt it in hand. It just feels like a very lightweight shoe, and the materials are just not that great. So I think it's a really good move by Nike that they're replacing the mesh with the nylon. I wish that they came out with better colors though. Like, these are just as boring as you can possibly get, an all over white and an all over black. So maybe in the summertime we'll see different colors, but it looks like the Nike Waffle Racer SACAI collab is not going anywhere. We're gonna be receiving a lot more colorways this year, beginning with these two. The next Nike I want to talk about is the Air Max 90 Bacon. So this is a retro of one of the most popular Nike Air Max 90s of all time. And these are actually do have a confirmed release date. They are confirmed to release on Air Max Day in March, which I'm not sure exactly what day it is, but you know, every single March there is an Air Max Day, and this shoe will be releasing on that day. We are in the year 2020, which is the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90s, and Nike have said that this year they will be re-retroing a lot of the most popular Air Max 90s of all time, and that is why this one, a lot of Air Max sneaker collectors say that this is one of the most popular colorways ever of the Air Max 90. I myself, I'm not a huge Air Max 90 guy, but I do really like this colorway, this pink and burgundy with the white. I think it just looks really dope on this silhouette. So I'm personally planning to cop this pair for sure. And this is one of the few sneakers on this list that, like I said, are confirmed to release. They will be releasing on Air Max Day. The final shoe I want to talk about is the Nike SB Dunk Travis Scott. So this is a huge move by Nike, and it's a clear sign that they are looking to push the SB Dunk back into the mainstream. The Dunks have been kind of dead now for several years, but putting Travis Scott, pretty much their hottest collaborator right now, on this shoe is a clear sign from Nike that they really want to push SB Dunks in the year 2020. I'm personally not really feeling this colorway. This colorway is like, if you want to look like a hipster but also show that you're gang affiliated at the same time. I mean, you got like flannel prints on it, as well as this like bandana print all over the shoe. I don't know, it just doesn't like flow well together in my opinion. I've seen way better Nike SB Dunks, so I'm not feeling this too much. But yeah, this is probably the most hype SB Dunk that is rumored to release this year. Moving on into Jordan brand. So rumored to release in the summertime this year is the Jordan 1 Off-White Canary Yellow. There were rumors that this shoe might have dropped on Black Friday last year. Unfortunately, it didn't, but it looks like it's going to be dropping in the summer. I'm personally a huge fan of this colorway. I think it looks sick on the Jordan 1. The color blocking is sick. And you know, the Off-White Jordan 1s are just like such a classic shoe. And I think that this colorway looks very nice on this shoe. So I'm hoping to get it. Yeah, let's see if the hype on this Off-White collab is still there on the Jordan 1. I don't think that the resale prices on this pair will be as high as those previous pairs. However, I'm gonna go after a shoe for sure. It's a sick colorway. Some more Off-White Jordan news. We're gonna be also seeing an Off-White Jordan 5. So this shoe, I think, is just flawlessly executed by Virgil. I'm not a huge fan of the Jordan 5. In fact, I would say it's maybe like one of my least favorite Jordans. I just think it's a super bulky, weird looking shoe. However, what Virgil has done to this, and I'm not just like a hype beast saying this, I actually think Virgil knocked it out of the park with the execution on this shoe. The shoe just fits the off-white aesthetic so well. It's like a distressed looking Jordan 5, which is like kind of like loud, but at the same time muted. And I like all the different off-white touches on it. You have like these circles on the shoe. And I love the colorway too. You got like an all over muted black, and the bottom looks like it has like hits of gold. Just a very, very dope looking shoe. And this one to me is like, I would say like in my top 3 like most anticipated sneakers I want to cop personally. And I don't even have any 5s in my collection, but this is just a very dope looking shoe. So while I was editing, I realized I forgot to mention this sneaker right here. This is the Travis Scott Jordan 6 Yellow. This sneaker was actually rumored to release in March, but it didn't, and now there is no confirmed release date. However, at some point in 2020, we should be seeing this. Personally, I do think this colorway looks better than the original green pair, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is once again, the Travis Scott Jordan 6 Yellow. Now let's move into the bread and butter of Jordan brand, pretty much the only thing that sells for them nowadays, and that is the Jordan 1. There's going to be a lot of Jordan 1s dropping in 2020, beginning with this pair. This is the Jordan 1 UNC to Chicago, and let me just say it, guys, I absolutely hate this shoe. I think it is horribly executed. Jordan brand last year released the Jordan 1 Fearless, which I said was like probably the best executed pair so far of this combination of blue and red that they've put in previous Jordan 1s. I think this was the most perfectly executed because the transition from blue to red was done very seamlessly on that shoe. However, on this shoe, I just hate the way it looks, man. I don't know what else to say about it. This one is to me almost as bad as the top 3s. The top 3s to me are also a terrible shoe, but this one could even be worse in my opinion. So yeah, not really feeling this. The Jordan 1 UNC to Chicago. The next sneaker on the list is the Jordan 1 MOCHA, and guys, I actually managed to cop an early pair of these. Here I have it in hand, the Jordan 1 MOCHA. No, it's not. It's the Travis Scott Jordan 1. And this pair right here is it looks like almost the exact same shoe, except the swoosh is in the correct position. So Jordan brand saw how popular this shoe was, and they thought, why don't we release the same colorway to the masses? If you've seen my review of the shoe, I did say that I wasn't a huge fan of the colorway just because it looked like a very GR colorway. And yeah, now we are getting a GR version of this shoe. And I think a lot of people who weren't able to cop the Jordan 1 Travis Scotts, they're obviously going to be going after this pair right here. And I do expect this one to sell out and resale to be quite high. But yeah, if you missed out and you don't want to spend $2 grand on a Travis Scott Jordan 1, you can definitely go ahead and cop these. Next, we got the Jordan 1 New Beginnings. This looks like a all over red and white color block shoe. And I don't hate the shoe. I think, like, you know, red and white on a Jordan 1, it's a combination that will work every time. The one thing I don't like though is that it seems like this shoe will be released as part of a pack. So there's supposed to be the Jordan Airship, I believe it's called. That's also when releasing in this pack. So it looks like it's probably gonna cost like $400 to get this pack. So I think that's like a make it or break it for a lot of people. It's like, I know a lot of people are gonna want this Jordan 1, but if you're forced to also buy the Airship to go with it, I'm not sure if a lot of people are gonna go for that. And I hate when, not just Jordan brand, I hate when companies do this. They force you to buy a pack when you only like one of the sneakers in the pack. I also think this shoe is a bit of a disappointment. As you know, the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game this year will be in Chicago. So a lot of people were hoping for that Chicago colorway to re-release. Instead, we're gonna be getting this New Beginnings. So to me, this is a bit of a letdown, and it's even more of a letdown that it's releasing as part of a pack. This is just a money grab by Jordan brand, in my opinion. So yeah, not a fan of that. But yeah, we're gonna be getting the Jordan 1 New Beginnings. Another Jordan 1 on the list, the Jordan 1 Court Purple. This one is rumored to release in April of 2020. I'm a huge fan of this colorway because I love purple on shoes personally, and this is just a very clean, nice executed Jordan 1. It's just a simple purple and white color blocking. You can't go wrong. It looks quite similar to the LA to Chicago pair that released last year, this time with a black swoosh. I think the colorway is sick, and yeah, definitely gonna go after this pair right here, the Jordan 1 Court Purple. Perhaps the most hyped Jordan 1 that we'll be releasing in 2020, however, is easily this pair right here, the Jordan 1 and DIOR collab. There's only supposed to be 2,000 pairs of these releasing worldwide, and I believe the retail price is gonna be actually $2,000 for this sneaker. And let me tell you this, guys, when you hear news that DIOR, one of the most prestigious luxury brands in the world, is gonna be collabing with Jordan brand, of course people are gonna get excited. Then when you see the final product, guys, like, I was so disappointed when I saw this final product, because like, to me, this almost looks like a Fugazi sneaker. This looks like a fake sneaker, man. Like, this looks like, you know, when you go to those like fake shops that sells like the fake Gucci and the fake Burberry and stuff. Like, this feels like something you would find in one of those shops. Like, this is the best you could come up with, man. Like, I just don't get it, man. And look at the resale on this. The resale on this is like 30 grand. So people are clearly liking this colorway. And I like the colorway. The colorway is not bad, but man, like, they could have done better. That's all I'm saying. They really, really could have done better. The final Jordan 1 I want to talk about is one that I think will be the low-key sleeper Jordan 1 of 2020, and that is the Jordan 1 Bloodline 2.0. And no, guys, that is not the Chicago colorway. That is the Bloodline 2.0. So the only difference from what I can see between this and the Chicago is that this one seems to have like a black outline all over the shoe. But of course, people are not really gonna pay attention to that. I think this colorway to me is pretty much the Chicago colorway. So of course I want this in my collection. Hopefully I'm able to cop this for retail, because I do think resale will be very high on this. Of course, man, like, this looks like one of the most iconic colorways of all time. I think Jordan brand did a very nice job with this pair, the Jordan 1 Bloodline 2.0. Finally, the last Jordan I want to talk about, well, actually it's three, but the last Jordan I want to talk about is, for me, the most anticipated Jordan of the year, and that is the Jordan 4 Metallic Pack. So there is supposed to be a white and blue, a white and red, as well as a white and green pair releasing, and that white and green pair, I have my eyes on that pair. I really, really need that in my collection. Such a clean looking sneaker, and it's perfect for the summertime. So I hope it releases before the summer, because Jordan brand has like weird release dates. Like, they'll release like summertime looking sneakers like in the fall. So I hope that this releases before the summer, because I will wear the hell out of that sneaker. That is a dope looking sneaker. So that's all the Jordans for now. So let's move into Yeezy brand. So we're gonna be seeing the Yeezy 700 V3 drop in this black colorway. I did manage to cop the original pair, the 700 V3 Azale. I'll leave a link to that review up here. In that review, I did say that I was very excited to receive this pair. However, after receiving it in hand, I was not very impressed with the materials used for this. It just felt a little bit cheaply done compared to previous Yeezys. And I do think this colorway is a lot better than this black pair. However, because a lot of people missed out on this super limited release, definitely people are excited about wearing this all black pair, and it looks like this one will probably have that glow in the dark feature as well. But yeah, the Yeezy 700 V3 black. Moving on to the 350s, we will be seeing a release of the Yeezy 350 V2 Desert Sage colorway. And what's different about this colorway is the way it reflects. So it's very different than previous reflective models. In this pair, the reflection is done solely on the stripe of the sneaker. And me personally, I think that looks sick. I love the way that reflection is done. And I actually think that looks better than that all over reflection. I like seeing the reflection just on the stripe. And for that reason, I think a lot of people are gonna go for the shoe. I'm interested to see what Yeezy brand does with the 350 V2s this year. Are they gonna be pushing more for the 380s this year, or are they still gonna be giving us a lot of colorways of the 350s? We'll wait and see. Speaking of the 380s, we are going to be receiving the Yeezy 380 black version in 2020. In my hand, I have the OG version, the Aliens, and if you watched my review, you would have known how big of a fan I am of this sneaker. The comfort to me is just like probably the best I've seen so far in Yeezys. extremely comfortable sneaker, and I love the way this one looks on feet. This pair, however, was extremely limited, and of course people who missed out on these are definitely going to want to go after this one, the black version. We're going to talk about some new Yeezy models now. So at some point this year we should be seeing the Yeezy Basketball. Now this sneaker looks very similar to the 700 V3s. However, it looks like it's a little bit more shiny. I'm personally like really waiting for this pair to release. I think it looks sick. I think NBA players are really waiting for this to release. I know PJ Tucker for sure can't wait to cop a pair of these. This is a sick looking sneaker. Yeezy brand, you guys have been teasing us for like more than a year now with this pair, so just drop it. I'm waiting. The next one I want to talk about is the Yeezy 451. Once again, this is just a rumored pair. But yeah, we might be seeing this sneaker drop at some point this year, and man, I will commend Kanye for always thinking outside the box and giving us sneakers that nobody else is even dreaming of. Like for me, like the 700 V3s, even though like I don't really like the materials, I love the way it looks, super futuristic sneaker. And I will commend Kanye for always thinking outside the box with stuff like this 451, but man, there are hits and then there's misses, and this one is just a big miss to me. Like, what the hell is this sneaker? This looks like some dinosaur feet. It looks like there's teeth at the bottom of the sneaker. I don't like it at all. It's in my opinion, a pretty ugly sneaker. But yeah, we might be seeing that at some point this year, the Yeezy 451. The last Yeezy I want to talk about is what in my opinion is probably the worst Yeezy that will be dropping at some point this year. That is the Yeezy 700 MNVN. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, it looks like a Yeezy 700 with the word 700 written in like size 72 font on the sneaker. Like Kanye, man, like we know these are 700s. You really didn't need to put that huge font on the sneaker. I don't know who would want to wear this shoe. Like, this is a ridiculous looking shoe. And this colorway too, this orange and black, a really weird colorway. Not feeling this at all, the Yeezy 700 MVMN. The last sneaker I want to talk about, number 20 on this list, is actually an ASICS shoe. And that is the ASICS collab with Sean Wotherspoon. And then once again, it looks like Sean has gotten super creative. You can like take the emblems out and put in like new logos on there. This shoe looks super dope, and we might even be seeing, there's unreleased reports of a Sean Wotherspoon and Adidas collab coming at some point this year. We haven't seen any pics of those, but this pair right here, this ASICS pair, might just be the most hype ASICS in like the last decade. Very, very dope looking sneaker, no doubt. So that is my top 20 for this year. If you made it this far in the video, say what's good, JD, so I know you guys are watching, and I appreciate that a lot. And once again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. I will be dropping a lot of content on this channel in 2020. And follow your boy on IG. The handle is right here. It is at JDKick6. That is the easiest place to contact me. So yeah, follow me on IG. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Until next time, guys, peace.